Hey, bro, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Geo's the worst element in the game. Salutations, everybody. So, if you click on the title of this video, you know what I'm talking about. If you clicked on the title of this video and then you don't know what I'm talking about, then I don't know what to tell you. But let's be honest here. As far as what people want in their units, Geo is the worst element in the game, and it's not because the lack of Geo characters. It's the lack of Geo damage in the game. It's like black representation in politics. Can I say that? I said it. Whatever. Like there's not an actual official or not official. There's not an actual genuine DPS dealer. We have a bunch of really strong supports, but what Geo does isn't anything too special, especially when you consider what the other elements do. Like, look at the elemental reaction that Geo has compared to others. Geo gives you a shield. While the shield is useful, the shield is certainly useful. It's certainly not the strongest thing you can get compared to Animo, which essentially is a Swiss Army knife of elements. I don't know how else to put it. It's a Swiss Army knife. Like, Animo just works for everything. There's not a single element that Animo doesn't work well with. And then since it fuses with all these elements, Animo's a better element. But back to Geo. Geo itself just lacks any hard-hitting power. Geo is, while it's my favorite element in the game, it lacks anything to make it useful besides its shields. It doesn't. None of the characters that fall into the Geo category do absurd amounts of damage compared to others. None of the characters in the Geo category, besides Zhongli, but that's a 5-star. Let's be honest, most of y'all don't have a 5-star yet. You've been playing Genshin for who knows how long. You still don't have a 5-star. So you don't get to say that Zhongli's crowd control is a good option. But on the other hand, I mean, the shield is a really cool thing, especially when you don't have anybody who's taking hits for the team. If no one's taking hits for the squad, then sure, Geo's a good element. But as far as everything else that you really normally need in Genshin, Geo doesn't have it. Geo just lacks anything. It lacks hard hitting. It lacks a hard hitting damage dealer. It lacks the only thing it has that all the other elements don't have is good supports. Like, Geo has incredible supports. You have Zhongli with his sustained AoE damage and AoE stun. You have Albedo, who has sustained AoE damage and his elemental burst. You have Ning Wong, who's blocking projectiles and empowering herself. And then you also have what's his name? What's that fuckboy's name? Noel, who through the sheer I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, but the sheer just uselessness of Noel is absurd. Like she drops in, she drops a shield, and that's about it. She doesn't do too much damage unless you build her DPS. I'm sure people have built her DPS. But that's completely fine. It's fine that Geo isn't a good element because at some point Dandro will have to come out, and when Dandro comes out, I'll have a new element to bash on because I don't like bashing on Geo. Geo is such a cool element comparably. There's nothing about Geo that I don't like. Like, the characters in the Geo category are cool. The powers of every single Geo character, very unique compared to everyone else who just either empowers a weapon or shoots off their energy. Like, if we were to talk about this in anime terms, Geo, and especially Dragon Ball, Geo is a human, while every other one is like the Frieza race, the Majins, etc. Like, Geo shouldn't be there, but Geo tries to participate. Does that make sense? I don't know. Honestly, I might be rambling because I'm not saying Geo's bad out of like, man, F Geo. Geo's useless. Geo should be taken out the game. No, I'm saying that Geo's bad because, again, the things that people look for in their teams, the only thing Geo can really provide is support, which I personally, I like that about Geo. That's that certainly makes me feel happy knowing that there's a solid support category in Geo. Geo just stands to be everyone's support. It's like it's the lovable family member, you know. I just wish that Geo could do more, is all. But who knows? Maybe at some point we'll get a Geo character who matches Diluc DPS, like matches Diluc DPS, and then also happens to, well, do the same thing that Geos do. Maybe that'll never happen. Maybe Geos are just doomed to be professionally useless. Useless? No, useless isn't the word. That's not fair to Geos. Professionally underutilized. But yeah, that's about all I really want to talk about. I mean, Geo. Do I think Geo is horrible? No. I just think Geo happens to be the worst element in the game when you compare it to all the other elements in the game and the characters that go in those elements. Have I repeated myself a lot this video? Definitely. But that's how you beat in a topic. You just got to keep repeating yourself until people understand what you're saying. That's called dedication. That's called repetition. That's called making a point. But yeah, I don't really know what if I ask people to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't think that me doing that will change anything. So just cut. I'm really liking how that sounds. That's pretty cool. I love me, and I love you.